welcome to the next episode. And we just watched back the first episode and it was horrifying us. Oh
Oh,
my God, I was talking over you.
yeah, Christine, do you know that you do that a lot?
Did you notice you were doing it too?
Yeah, but I'm always right, like we said, you know what I mean?
I agree. You think you're always right.
I do think that. And you know what? So this is a very good point because in conversation with others, this can be an issue, right?
And we do that all the time. And it's especially tragic in a relationship because how it is when we just meeting a new person. Oh my God, we are so in love. We are finishing each other's sentences. And then you're married for 10 years. She is so annoying. She interrupts me all the time.
Very true, but it doesn't always happen in romantic relationships with your friends or even with strangers. You meet somebody new and you want to make an impression about who you are and where you come from and all of that, and so you're going blah, 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 blah.
And
I
that you're right.
I do that a lot. You know what? And it's a good thing we're talking about this
Mhm.
because it's true. When people have something to say, they want to comment on what you're saying, but they're really not focusing on what you're saying. They're thinking about what they want to say next. And they're
Now, isn't
holding
that
that
a
in their
fact? Sorry, I interrupted you.
mind. Thank you for the recognition.
That's the first step. We recognize when we are doing it. That's the
Yeah,
first step of change. The second step
absolutely.
is to see how bad it is and let others rate it and ask them. Maxine, Nana, how often do I talk over you? From a scale from 0 to 10, how bad is it?
12.
Oh, shit. I didn't say that. Okay, I commit in the next month to changing that, to listening more and shutting up when you're talking.
You know what? I'll do the same, Christine, because you know what? I get a little long in the tooth, as they say, yakety yakety yak, because I have this great thought, this thread, right? And I want to keep on going and going and going. So I don't give you an opportunity to comment. And
The
I'm
thing
always
is,
right. So it doesn't really matter, does it?
right, and we all come up with the great ideas at a certain point that pop up in our head, and we know if we don't express it right away, we'll forget it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So
But
how can we change it, Nana?
okay,
Here,
so you
I
know what?
know. I have
I'll
a
tell
piece
you.
of paper. When I have a great thought while we are talking, I'll jot it down.
Well, that's an idea. Uh, that doesn't really work for me though, because I'm visually impaired. So
Mm.
then I have to get the paper, the pen, write it, and then I'm looking away. And so I need to practice, practice, practice. And I promise I will. And, I guess the thing is, the only reason that we were fully aware of this is because we rewatched the video and it was like, oh my.
We are talking too much. We are not listening enough.
You know what? It is a bad habit that most of us suffer from. And it's a feeling of what? Of self-importance? Or is it a feeling of not being heard? So you better listen to me. So I'm going to keep on talking
You
to
know,
get
that would be awesome for the next episode, listening exercises.
listening exercises.
You
Well,
can really help me become a better listener. And how do you become a better listener? And I was reading the book by Marshall Goldschmidt. Excellent when you want to become a better listener and change your behavior in private or in business, by the way. Not just for leaders. We all lead our own life. And you know what we all can do? We can ask more. Now, Nana, Maxine, can you help me become a better listener?
of course I can, Una.
Give me 2 ideas how I can do that.
Be quiet while I'm talking. One. And respond to what it is the content of what I'm saying, rather than coming up with a new idea. I'm asking for validation, or when I'm talking about something, validation, or you can contradict it. But let's stay on the subject.
Okay, so when I heard you right, you want me to be quiet while you're talking,
Yeah.
and secondly, to validate what you say, so you know I understood you and I heard what you were really saying, and respond to it later in a non-judgmental way, whether I agree or disagree.
You know what? That's a really good rule of thumb for anybody, actually, Christine, Oma.
Yes, Nana, whether they're Oma or not, we
Yeah,
should learn that in school.
absolutely. Because all of us have a desire to be heard, men and women both. And most of us feel we're not being heard, especially by the people that we care about the most.
Don't we treat them the worst?
Yeah, we take them for granted. And it's like, oh, forget about it. I'm just going to stop talking. He didn't hear me. So what? What's the point? And it's wrong to do that, because we are then taking it personally. Maybe if we understood the other person, where they're coming from, and took the time to do that, we would realize it's not personal. Maybe we'd
So,
learn something.
Nana, do I get that right? It was a little bit too much to remember all, but do I get that right, that you think it would be important when we listen to somebody else to step in their shoes, try to see it from their perspective,
Yes.
so we can understand them more fully,
Yeah.
and then show them in some way that they are understood and heard,
Yes.
and
And
then not shut them down with, you idiot, how could you say that?
well, you know what? That's true. And the thing is, most often you run into these issues when the content is hot, or frustrating, or whatever, something that you could easily argue about. And we get defensive because we hear a word here and there, and right away our wall goes up, and it's like, whoa, you feel attacked. It's not that at all. So then it's hard for somebody to open up.
True. True. And that is very good, because we tend to react. We tend to judge. And there's another very good book that I'm reading right now. Oh my God. The thinking technique, that is the asking technique. So you ask instead of saying and judging. Are you on a learner's path, or are you on a judge's path? I try to choose the learner's path and be curious about people more often, which is darn hard, because everybody thinks about themselves. It seems like I'm the only one thinking of me.
Yeah. And you know what, Oma? It would probably be a very good idea at the end of our episodes, each one, to put a list of books that can be either visually read or audiobooks for somebody like me,
Sure.
that could be helpful to help in our interactions with other people.
I love that idea, sister Nana. I
Yeah,
love that idea. I call Nana Maxine's sister, because we are sisters at heart, sisters by choice.
we are. We are. I love you too. I love you too, Oma. You're very special to me.
So are you. And this
Yeah.
was actually a good episode. And let me know what you think about our ideas of listening better. And please let us know when we don't, so we can both improve.
Sometimes we're not right. Ooh, who hated the same act?
My husband would never say that.
Okay, guys and gals out there.
See you next week.
Cheerio. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.